Fatal Frame: Mask of the Lunar Eclipse is the fourth installment to the Fatal Frame series. It takes place on Rogetsu Island. The Rogetsu Kagura festival that takes place every 10 years during a lunar eclipse that's meant to help the spirits of the dead to find peace went terribly wrong 10 years prior to the game, and now it calls the survivors of that ritual back to the island. You play as Ruka, Misaki, and Choshiro, and you also play as Madoka as the prologue character who sadly dies at the end of the prologue. Ruka, Misaki, and Madoka took part in the ritual, while Choshiro, a private detective, was present for it. Most of the characters have forgotten their memories of living on the island due to the effects of a mental illness called Moonlight Syndrome, which is paranormal in nature. Majority of the game takes place in a sanitarium, which is somewhat doubles as a museum for the festival to attract tourists. The scenery of the game is really good at putting you in the mood that this is a horror film that you're playing in. And with the decision not to do English dubs could potentially turn some people off to the game.
今の曲思い出せない。思い出したくない。早くここから出ないと。美咲を探さないと。
But in my opinion, keeping it to the Japanese helps with the atmosphere of the game to make it feel authentic. There are plenty of files left around to build up the backstory of the island, the character's past, and the purpose of the ritual. As you progress through the game, you truly bond with these characters as you're learning about them and their past as they're recovering their memories. With the plot revolving around a mysterious illness and the island's doctor and head priest conducting inhuman experiments trying to reverse the symptoms of the Moonlight Syndrome, which led them to perform the Rite of Descent, which is the true ritual of the Rogetsu Kagura. These interesting plot points keeps you engaged with the game's story. The controls of the game is the same as it was when it came out for the Wii in 2008, so they're very clunky, but you get used to it after a while. Even though there's a run, it doesn't really feel that useful, but your character will move a little bit faster. Also, with a game like this, speed shouldn't really be a factor because it will break you from the suspense. The combat involves a camera mechanic that requires you to take photos of the ghost. It can be upgraded to up its base damage, and there's film that will also do more damage. When you're in combat with the ghost, you want to wait for the ghost to attack you for the fatal frame shot, hence the title of the series. These shots do more damage and allows you to chain them together in quick succession. This game is genuinely fun with the slow pace and the atmosphere, and just being 13 hours long. It's a great horror game that I highly recommend. One unfortunate thing about the Fatal Frame games is that they're underappreciated. They're often dismissed, and their marketing isn't all that much out there, so they don't get much attention. And it's kind of a niche thing to begin with, but these are really good games. Like, seriously. Like, I know some AAA titles out there that's not even worth of everyone talking about them. Like, they're not that good. But these games are generally good. They're confined to a specific thing. They fit the theme good. And they're just not very well talked about. And for those who are fans of the series, they love them. But it's just trying to get more people to try them, which is unfortunate because these are good games. This has been a review from Hopeless Raider. Until next time.